Everybody's talking about, the switch from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten, and one of the key words they talk about is physicality. How's the coaches prepared you guys for that so-called physicality?
I mean, I think Coach Riley and the defensive staff have done a wonderful job. I think going into the Big Ten, guys are ready. I think we're a lot more confident, we're more connected as a team this year.
And then, of course, NCAA football game is out. I'm sure you played it. Just what's your thoughts about it, and what's your thoughts about being able to play with yourself on a video game?
Man, I wish my guys stopped doing the damn spin move. Other than that, I think it's awesome. Just getting a chance to play with yourself and move around. It's been fun.
And then, the Olympics are going on. Football isn't an Olympic sport as of yet, but if there was one sport that you say, maybe I could have done that and been an Olympic athlete, what sport would you say that was?
I got speed, track.
What you running, 100 or 200?
4x4.
So, Bear, quick follow-up to the Olympics. If you have to choose 5 people on the team to go box internationally, which 5 are you choosing?
To fight?
Yeah.
It's a couple dogs in the locker room. Mia, Ant, I rock with the D-line, of course. Mia, Ant, let me see. That 5 hard. I'm in it. I'm included. Me, Mana. I think Mana show some. Elijah Hughes, Braylon Shelby.
And who are you off the field? What are some of your interests?
Like me off the field? Man, just cool, laid back, going to the beach, chilling with the fam, the kids, connecting with my guys, making sure everybody good from a headspace standpoint.
Bear, what's Henny meant to your development since you guys have?
Man, Henny's been amazing. I mean, just showing us the ins and outs. I mean, he's been where we're trying to go. So just developing us and instilling everything into us to make sure we're ready for the next level.
What about him is so good at developing you guys, or what does he understand about that process?
Just priding himself on finishing. Pushing the guys and making sure that everyone is finishing and just being elite when it comes to the playbook.
How has Coach Leonard shifted the culture? What are some of the principles that he's trying to instill in the defense?
And just making sure guys are ready, making sure we sell out for one another, just playing more confident. I felt like we weren't really as confident at first, but just growing confidence within the defense.
Past or present, when it comes to the pro level guys, who are those guys that really inspire you or that you really study to take your game to the next level?
I mean, it's a ton of them. McKean Hicks, AD, Fletcher, it's a ton of them, man. Speak up, sound boss, man. You gotta speak up a little bit from please.
You carried last year, spring window, where a lot of talk about you, potentially staying in the portal, and you put that tweet out saying you don't know where you're coming from, what's going on, like everyone at USC. What was going on throughout that process, and what has made you remain committed to SC?
I mean, of course, like you say, the new hires, Coach Riley, a lot played a factor into it. I think it was important to put that fire out, knowing that I'm trying to go do it here year 3 with SC. I think it was just important to cancel the noise.
What's the best thing about you and your club right now?
Am I who?
What's the best thing about this team?
I think just how connected guys are. I think just in terms of going around the locker room, just joking, laughing. I think the connection piece is big.
And of course, there's great expectations from you and your teammates as well. If this team is to be successful, you have to have a good year.
Of course. Yes, sir.
Talk just a little bit about now playing schools in another conference and what that does for you and getting you ready to play.
I mean, it just get me excited. Just getting a new breed. It's a new challenge. Just being able to go against some of the top talent. I think, like I say, guys are ready. I know for certain my guys are ready. Man, we're ready for the road ahead of us.
Your guys are ready, and you're the leader of your guys.
No doubt. Alpha male.
There's a perception out there of the defensive line. You're a guy who has that NFL body, could be a draft pick, but there's not a lot of other proven talent around there. The perception of it is you guys are unproven. What do you think about your group, and how excited are you to just go to war with the defensive line? What can we expect from the group this year?
I mean, like you said, just going out there week in, week out, and proving it. I mean, as a leader, I'm going to bring guys with me and challenge guys. So I think just going out there, proving it, laying it all out on the line for one another.
You proved it last year. Who are some guys on this year's team that you think are going to prove it this year?
And I think Braylon Shebb is going to step up a lot. I think Nate Clifton is going to be a tremendous help on the side of me. Gav, just a couple of those pieces. Anthony Lucas, Jamil, of course.
Bear, what did you learn from last year that's going to help you this year?
Just finishing, pride myself on finishing, just making sure my energy is high throughout the whole game.
What's some of the advice that you've been giving your teammates, specifically the defensive unit, on being able to finish games, which this team had a tough time doing last year defensively?
I mean, I think we just gotta, bottom line, just all go out there and be dogs. Like, understand, demand our respect, be dogs, finish.
Bear, you obviously had a lot of flashes last year, and besides people see you as, potentially big stars in this game. Obviously, whole new defensive staff. What are your goals for yourself this year? What is the decision that you feel like you can reach? What's been communicated to you by the staff about what they expect from you?
Like, no flashing, just being a consistent player, making sure I'm well-rounded in all areas, whether that's ball get off, understanding key defensive situations, like just making sure my motor is at the top so other guys' motor is trailing as well.
Do you feel like that's been an area of growth? Sorry. Do you feel like that's been an area of growth for yourself so far? That you feel like you're doing a better job trying to hold that motor high? And what are you doing with that?
Just speaking with Coach Riley on a day-to-day basis, making sure that I'm constantly being a vocal leader. I'm constantly bringing guys along, rather that's younger guys like Cam, Fountain, Jade, my guys specifically, but just making sure I'm embracing that leadership role day in and day out.
Any particular teams you're most excited about?
Man, I was ready for game one. Yes, sir.
Is there a level of excitement to prove you guys can compete in any conference?
I think guys are excited, just going out there with that freedom, being able to play loose. I think guys are ready for the season ahead of us. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sir, appreciate you. Stay right here.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
How you doing, man?
Still 40, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a shame, too.
Oh, for sure.
What have you done this offseason to put yourself in the best position this season?
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Hey, Dirk. How you doing? Good.
Ask you a few questions.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. So, what's the biggest difference in you this year from last year?
Man, just my ability to finish. I flashed a lot of times last year, so I want to make sure I'm just versatile and able to play and maximize as many snaps as I can in game, man.
What did you do to get to that point, kind of finish better or better maximize?
Just working my tail off with Benny Wilder this summer. Spending more time with Coach Henry, just going over the ins and outs of the game and what's good, what's bad, just making sure we put good things on tape.
Coach Henry, what impact does he have on you, and what stands out about his coaching style?
Man, I really can relate to Coach Henry, just his story, you know, just being able to speak with him when he first got here and over the course of time just see what he was able to do with the guys over the spring. I mean, I didn't go through the spring, so just being able to sit back and watch how the guys just responded to him and the coaching, like, he's been a true impact for me.
He has a very moving story, like you mentioned. Did he kind of bring it all down to you at a certain point? Did you have a long conversation where he just kind of told you?
I mean, we kind of share with each other, just touching bases, you know, where you from, where I'm from.
I know you see a lot of similarities in him and his parents. With Benny, what does he do to kind of get the most out of you guys in the offseason program? What's his demeanor or his approach?
You know, Coach Riley, he's an a-hole at times, but you know, he has a funny way of just getting guys to go, whether that's Jacoby Lane, we all know he's a goofball, so just pushing him, or, you know, me, I'm kind of quiet, so just, I mean, he's amazing. I'm seeing the body pumps and the transformations, like, he got a way of pushing us guys.
Yeah, we're seeing all the pictures this week. It's just crazy how much you guys change over the months. And you say he's an a-hole at times. Can I elaborate on that? Like, how?
Man, heavy squatting, heavy bench, heavy lifting, just running, conditioning, you know, putting the muscle back on. Like, it's a whole regimen. I mean, Rachel plays a big part in it with nutrition, just things of that nature.
When you look back on last season, how did you assess yourself?
I mean, I wasn't completely happy with what I transpired, but just going into this next season, making sure that I'm better, making sure I'm level-headed, and, you know, like I said, just finish it.
Do you have a certain goal for this year?
Man, just being better than I was last year.
I know there was a lot of speculation in the spring whenever about transforming. What was the truth about that? What actually happened?
I mean, you know, it's always chaos around that time, and it's noisy. I just thought it was a great idea to kind of lower the noise.
You kind of felt like things were misperceived, or you know, putting the wrong stuff out there.
Yeah, so just going and just speaking with coach and just making sure that guys knew, man, I was in it for my teammates and, you know, this season coming up ahead of us.
Was that with Coach Riley you talked to?
Yes.
How was that conversation?
I love it here, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I want to be, this SC. Let's get it done here.
With this defense as a whole, what gives you confidence that you guys are going to be at a different level this year as a group?
I mean, I think we're going to be elite. I think guys, like I said, are more comfortable, and rather that's from a scheme standpoint of just going out there and playing with each other, encouraging each other in the defense. I think we're going places.
Who's impressed you this offseason?
Man, the brothers, Easton, Achilles, you know, the corner, Humphrey, he's fighting to get back from his shoulder. Nate Clifton, Jamil, and Luke. You know, a lot of my guys for sure. Jalen returning.
With Nate, he's going to be playing inside. How do you all play off each other? How do you all mesh?
Man, I think our room is funny. Like, just the relationship guys that, you know, Coach Henny been able to push us. I think we've really been able to gel together. And I think.
What stands out about Nate?
Man, he can move. You know, we got a training day in the other day for the first time, and just seeing him go through the bags and explosiveness.
You mentioned that you were kind of limited in the spring. You feel 100% now? You feel like?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm ready to go.
How frustrating is that when you want to kind of chase goals, but you just can't?
I mean, I'm sure any athlete can say when you're fighting an injury, it's tough at first. You know, it's always that way, but once you get going, you get your body kind of back up under yourself. You start to feel a whole lot better.
What were you going through?
Just fighting hammies,
nagging stuff.
Nagging, soft tissue.
What's your personal excitement for the Big Ten, making that switch this year?
Man, just going out there, dominating, you know, every opponent that's in front of you. I think that's all the hype and excitement.
That's all I have for you, Greg. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
What has changed for you role-wise in the transition from under Coach Grinch to Coach Lynch?
I mean, not much has changed. We still chasing the same mission. That's to be better than we once was. To bring more guys, the new guys along, and be a better, improved defense than we was last year.
I'm sure that you've been asked already, but what was it that drew you back in from the work?
Just what's the point? I feel like I can get it done here at USC. I'm pretty comfortable with things here. Sir.
I had more on my mind and then I've lost it. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Hey there. My name is Judo Connors. I just have some quick questions, if that's cool. I was just talking to your defensive line coach, Eric Henderson. He said you have this thirst for knowledge. What has that been a relationship since he's entered USC?
Man, just making sure that me and the guys understand the game, understand what we're doing as a defense, how we're all coming together as a whole. I think just priding ourselves on that.
And what do you want your identity to be? I know last year you guys had your struggles, but with a new revamped coaching staff, what do you want this identity to be this year, first year in the Big Ten?
Man, that we dogs. We're hungry. We want to go out and compete week in and week out and get after it.
What did you set as maybe goals or challenges for yourself that you wanted to achieve just over this summer as you headed?
Like I told the other guys, just priding myself on finishing. I feel like I flashed at times, and I want to be way better than I was last year. So just going out here, getting the chance to, get after it again.
Is there something specific you can focus on that helps with that?
Block striking, holding the point, just being able to work counter moves, get out the quarterback, play the run.
Is there something that stood out about Eric Henderson, maybe the first time you worked with him? You hear a lot from guys that work with him. It's a little bit different. No, it does.
It's a different fire. Like he's really into the business of developing young men, and I think just as he's brought us along and just the knowledge he's been able to instill in us, it's priding us on finishing, just being a better group.
I know you just talked about, you wanting to be stronger mentally. How have you done that this offseason? What have you done to prepare yourself to become stronger mentally?
I mean, just being a student of the game, understanding my tempo as a player, understanding certain rush tools, certain mechanics in order to be successful. So I spent a lot of time just working on my body, just trying to be 100%.
A couple new additions to that line. I know you guys haven't started camp yet, but did you kind of feel anything from Gab coming in and Nate and playing together and how that's working for you?
I think Gab and Nate has been tremendous, just being older guys and older vets, being able to gel the younger guys and gel the group together.
Is there a younger guy up front maybe during spring or summer where you said, okay, maybe that's a guy that you should keep an eye on? What is it about him that seems to do?
Like he said, just a guy that's willing to learn, willing to work. So he's always thirsty for knowledge. Like, how can I do this? How can I get better with this?
What's his defensive line capability this year for these teams?
Man, like I said, just pride myself on being dogs, going out here and being physical at a high level.
What is it like to just see yourself? I mean, I know as a kid everyone plays the Madden games, and now you have the ability with NCAA football. Just what is it like to be able to see yourself in the game and even play with yourself?
I mean, just get calls from my little brother, him telling me, I just did a spin move, got to pick with you, like crazy.
You got to pick with you?
Yeah, crazy things of that nature. So it kind of hypes me up. Like, I got to do that shit in real life and take it from the game to the field.
Obviously, the Rams should be a little bit different. Was there something that Coach Lynn did in the spring when he talked to you where it kind of clicked for you that this guy knows what he's doing and he's a good coach?
Man, just things in his history speaks for itself. The things that you said, man, with the Ravens. Like I said, he's been able to bring the defense together and gel us together and make sure that we're selling out for one another and comfortable. You know what he's talking about? For sure.
With Jonah coming in and playing in the interior, have you and him kind of been able to square off a little bit and that kind of iron sharpens iron idea?
Yeah, Darren Pierre too. Darren Pierre means we kind of got one rep just making sure guys are moving at a smart tempo, right? Getting in the field for it early. You know, Jonah, one of those guys I'm always in his ear getting thirsty for knowledge, like how he's been able to maintain, stay healthy, big up to each other.
Do you try to take this leadership role? I know some guys are kind of the lead by example, but guys, how do you do that as a guy that's going to be looked at to lead the defensive guys?
I mean, I pride myself on just taking care of my work and making sure that guys are coming along and making sure that fire is lit on everybody.
Hey, man, quick question, man. What's the best in
That's my dad's company, Wall Street Management.
Nice. So taking you all the way back to high school, how was it going to a school like I am in the crib? I'm gonna visit this school.
I'm gonna go to what, Georgia?
No. When you went to IMG high
sir.
school, right?
Yeah. I was living in Sarasota.
Living there, yeah. Because you guys stayed on campus, stayed in the dorms. It wasn't like you went to school and went back home.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, you meet people from everywhere, whether that's Africa, just different places over the country. And, you know, you got the girls going, you got the boys going, and you know, that whole experience, it's a college setting, so it's pretty dope.